Join me as I try to figure out why dogs can always sniff out your true personality. Can I prove it with some hilarious experiments? I think we can all agree that dogs have an uncanny ability to read us like a book. They seem to know exactly when we're happy, sad, or even lying. But have you ever stopped to think why that is? Why do dogs always seem to know our true personalities, even when we're trying to hide behind a mask? Today, we're going to dive into this fascinating topic and explore the reasons behind their incredible intuition. One common misconception people have about dogs is that they only respond to our actions, not our emotions. We think that because they're reacting to our body language or tone of voice, they don't really understand what's going on inside our minds. But I think this is a huge mistake. Dogs are much more perceptive than that. They can pick up on subtle cues that we're not even aware of ourselves. For example, have you ever noticed how your dog can sense when you're feeling anxious or stressed? They might start licking your hand or nuzzling your leg, trying to comfort you. Or maybe they'll even try to distract you with a game of fetch or tug of war. It's almost as if they know exactly what you need to calm down. But it's not just limited to emotions like anxiety or stress. Dogs can pick up on all sorts of emotions, from excitement to boredom, and even to depression. They have an uncanny ability to sense when something is wrong, and they'll do their best to comfort us or distract us from whatever's bothering us. Of course, there's also the idea that dogs are simply reacting to our behavior, rather than actually understanding our emotions. Maybe they're just associating certain behaviors with certain outcomes, like treats or belly rubs. But I think this is a pretty simplistic view of things. Dogs are much more intelligent and empathetic than that. Dogs have an incredible sense of smell, which is often cited as one of the main reasons they can pick up on our emotions. They can detect pheromones and hormones that we're not even aware of ourselves, and use that information to form a picture of what's going on inside our minds. But it's not just their sense of smell that makes them so perceptive. Dogs also have incredible emotional intelligence, which allows them to understand and respond to our emotions in a way that's almost human-like. They can sense when we're feeling happy or sad, and they'll adjust their behavior accordingly. And on top of that, they have a unique bond with humans that allows them to tap into our emotions on a deep level. For example, did you know that dogs can actually detect changes in our heart rate and blood pressure? They can sense when we're feeling stressed or anxious, and they'll do their best to calm us down. It's almost as if they have a built-in lie detector, and they can sense when we're not being entirely truthful. I remember this one story about a dog named Max, who lived with a woman named Sarah. Sarah had been having a tough time after a breakup, and she was struggling to cope with her emotions. Max would sit with her for hours, licking away her tears and nuzzling her hand. But what was really amazing was that Max could sense when Sarah was on the verge of a panic attack. He'd somehow know exactly when to intervene, and he'd gently nudge her hand or whine softly to distract her from whatever was bothering her. As the days went by, Sarah started to realize that Max was more than just a pet. He was a true companion who understood her on a deep level. And I think that's what's so amazing about dogs. They're not just responding to our actions or behavior, they're actually sensing our emotions and responding in kind. So what does all this mean? Well, to me, it means that dogs have a deep understanding of human emotions, and they're able to tap into that on a level that's almost unparalleled in the animal kingdom. They're not just loyal companions, they're empathetic friends who understand us on a fundamental level. Thanks for watching, and I'd love to hear your own experiences with dogs in the comments below. If you're interested in learning more about dog behavior, be sure to check out our next video, where we'll be exploring the fascinating world of canine communication.